grab a yoga bolster because this class is restorative yoga with a bolster for relaxation. I'm Caren Baginski. Thanks for joining me. We're going to get right into it, placing this bolster widthwise across the middle of our mat. And as you come to that space, we'll set up for simple supported backbend. So sitting on the floor with your back against the bolster, hook your elbows to the back edge. Take an inhale and lengthen through your spine so that you start to lift your glutes off of the floor. Exhale and lower your shoulders and your arms to either side, palms face up. With your glutes hanging off the edge of the bolster here, check in with your feet, moving them forward, backward, out, or in until you feel completely supported and held by the bolster. If you're experiencing any ache in your low back, I suggest scooting yourself backward with your shoulders so that your hips can more completely lie on top of the bolster, and this would be supported bridge. Take either variation that works for you here. Reach across the body for a moment with both arms. So lift your right arm, reach it over to the left, widen that shoulder blade off the floor, and then set your arm back down and do the same with the left. Just creating more space for the spine to relax, the back of the heart to grow heavy. And invite your eyes to close if you haven't done so already. We'll have time in this practice for some stillness and silence, but we'll also anchor into the breath so that you can remain present. So let's do that now. Take a bigger breath in when you're ready. And slowly and completely empty the breath out the mouth. Keep going until you feel the navel drop deep down in toward the bolster. Then allow a fresh breath to come in. Flood through the lungs. Fill up to your capacity right now. And empty the breath again out the mouth. Slow, controlled. Taking your time until there's no air left. Repeat this one more time. As you're exhaling, sink your body weight and your muscles into the bones, into the bolster and the floor. Experience yourself as the one who is being held. The one who is supported here. And we'll rest in a little bit of silence, sinking into this moment. Nothing else to do. Allow the breath to feel natural and comfortable now. And sink into a small period of silence, staying present to the sensation in your body as you rest. To awaken from stillness, move into your toes, your fingers. Push into the feet, start to engage the buttocks, and move your hands to the bolster. Lift up through the hips and push the bolster forward. Setting your hips back to the floor. Draw your knees inward. The feet can rest on the bolster if you like. Choose a side to roll onto and let your knees drop there. Push up slowly. Continue to face the bolster and spread your legs wide at a small angle, a small V on either side of the mat. Turn the bolster to face you with the short end. This is moving into supported seated angle. Before we lift the bolster and rest the forehead down in a forward bend, what we'll do is take the hands to each of the glutes and just reach the legs back so that you feel like you're more completely on your sits bones on the floor and there's a natural tipping forward here at the pelvis. Avoid any big rolling into the low back. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. This is also a nice spot for props like sitting on a blanket, but we're just going to continue to use this one bolster for now. You do you. If you need more props, let's bring the bolster in and rest the forehead on top. Lower the hands down to the thighs, or the palms can come face up on either side of the bolster, whatever feels most restful for the arms here. There's a natural curl in your mid to upper spine, and you can decide how deep of a forward bend you like. So you might enjoy moving the bolster forward more. If your body has the availability to lie down with your torso closer to the floor, you can just let the bolster relax on the floor and lie down here. That's not available for my body at this moment, so I'm going to stay with the bolster at my forehead. Relax any tension here in the face and resist that temptation to use your head to hold the bolster up. So find an angle where your head can completely relax. Now bring attention into your upper back. Empty all your air out. Inhale as if you could spread the breath into your upper back. Feel the breath move horizontally across. And then exhale slowly and completely. Inhale, move that breath horizontally across the upper back, breathing in. Relaxing the upper back as you breathe out. Do this one more time. Now bring your attention to the middle of your back. And again, breathe horizontally across the middle of your back. Feel as you breathe in that the back seems to rise up and out to the sides. And as you breathe out, a sensation of everything coming back in toward the spine, all the muscles and the bones softening. And do this 2 more times. Next, move your attention to the low back. And feel the breath in this low back space. 3 rounds, taking your time. Breathing in fully, breathing out completely. Once you've completed that, do 3 rounds of the whole back together. Breathe in as if you could horizontally across the whole back together. Breathe out slowly and fully. Once you complete your last exhalation, please take your time. Bring your hands to the bolster. Support it as you lift your chest up. Let the bolster come down to the floor. And take a few moments of breath, bringing the legs a little closer in. Just feeling into the back as you're breathing, noticing any shifts that may have arrived. We'll move next into a supported reclining hero position. This might or might not be available to you today, depending on what's going on in your body. So I'll offer an alternative. We're going to do one leg at a time. So spin around with your back to the bolster and extend your legs in front of you. Let's start with the right leg. Bend the right knee in and back as you swing the foot to the glute alongside the bolster. If this feels very uncomfortable for you, then instead of that, bend the knee out to the side and let your foot rest inside the other thigh. Whichever position you have chosen, make sure it is one of comfort and not too deep of a stretch that you can't relax. Next, we'll lower down onto the bolster. Let your head relax against the bolster. If the knee in this reclining half hero lifts off of the floor, I suggest instead to build up the support of the bolster. So you can place blocks, you can place blankets on top of the bolster, or at the very least, simply do not force your knee down. Allow it to lift up in space and soften your breath. Close the eyes if that feels comfortable. Palms can be down or up. We'll stay here for a shorter period of time, as this position can be intense. Try to move just to the edge where you can sustain a smooth, long breath. There is no sharp, alarming pain, and it feels like you will not regret this later. As you're ready to come out, bring your chin inward and your palms down. Push into the forearms. Begin to lift through the chest. Once you arrive upright, lean over to the opposite hip and free the leg. Extend it long. Give it a moment to reintegrate. And let's practice on the second side. Same thing here. You can take the half hero position or that alternative of the foot inside the thigh. Leaning back here will feel more of a sensation in your hip rather than your upper thigh, but that's certainly an option, especially if that's more available for your body right now. Do what's best for you. Go ahead and come down when you're ready. Make any small adjustments so that you feel more secure in your choice. You can breathe easily and smoothly. The face can relax. Relax again into the straightened leg. Follow your breath. Just notice it as it comes in and out. Release any tension from the forehead, eyes, and mouth here. Let's find one more breath in and one more breath out. Anchor into your forearms, tuck your chin inward, lift up slowly. Swing the leg to straight. Give your knees a little rub here. Knees and thighs. Just a little love for however they experience that position. We're going to move the bolster around to in front of us and place it underneath the knees as you lie back into basic relaxation pose. I like to bring the bolster closer up to the thighs rather than just underneath the knees. That tends to work better for my low back, so experiment what works best for you. And then open your arms to a V with the palms up. One more time, let's reach the right arm across the body, followed by the left, just rocking open at the shoulder blade region and setting the arms back down. Finding some relaxation in the neck. Complete letting go in the legs. Close the eyes if you feel called to do so. Let your body soften and be held. Held by the floor and that whole expanse of earth beneath you. Give yourself permission to relax. This moment right here is enough for right now. I'll let you know when it's time to return. Bring your attention into the heart. See if you can notice your heartbeat. Then touch the index fingers to the thumbs. Can you feel the pulse here in the meeting space between the fingertips? Now start to awaken however your body chooses. Whatever movements, big or small, to stretch and open. Bend your knees one at a time and plant them on the bolster. Then choose a side to roll over onto and curl up into a ball. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Push up to a seat. Very slowly, keeping that sense of relaxation here with you, even as you return. Any seat that feels comfortable. And once you've arrived there, take the palms together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, with a little bow in of the chin, to honor our time together and all the realized beings who have brought the knowledge of yoga to us. Relax your hands. Start to open your eyes and welcome yourself back into the room, taking a look around and seeing how you feel. If you want to be held by props and by other humans who are going through similar things as you, I invite you to join me in Held, my online spiritual yoga community for those who identify as feminine. You can find all the details here or in the description below. We practice live with restorative yoga and other practices to relax. I have another class where we practice more poses using a restorative yoga bolster, so I'll drop that for you next. I hope to see you soon.